Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have quite a few different things to go and cover over here when it comes to the brand new PlayStation 5 Slim leaks, but as well, now even some big skepticism coming out from it, and as well also even if it is a proper legitimate leak, where some folks are kind of curious on why this is even a thing and why this is even happening. Now, if you guys are maybe like on the very in-tune side, you guys may know, or as well, can maybe go and speculate on why this is even a thing, why it happened, etc. But if not, we're going to go try our best to go and do a deep dive into it and kind of explain what's going on, the different specs, everything else, and all the kind of good information that people are kind of on the lookout for. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below if you guys would like to follow up on either side. Of course, we also do have all the Amazon links, all the other various stuff too as well. And let's go and dive into the video itself. So, hi, hello. So very first and foremost, I'm sure you guys have seen this. I'm going to show you guys over here really quickly, just in case you guys haven't. But this has been floating around a lot. We made a video on this and a short on this yesterday, kind of just highlighting up the changes and everything else, just being over here. And well, as we go and look at this, we're now seeing the brand new quote-unquote PlayStation 5 Slim. Now, at the same time, we're not really sure 100% if it is going to be like legit, first and foremost, and as well, we're also not really sure if there's still going to be a proper PlayStation 5 Slim, if you guys watched my prior video, or if this is just the detachable disc drive. And now, as of right this second, and this is once again not confirmed by PlayStation or whatever, there is supposed to be an upcoming PlayStation event as of the leaks have been the past like 2 or 3 months or so. But as of right this second, people are kind of assuming that this is not even another PlayStation 5 Slim, just as I've kind of mentioned in quite a few different videos, just the next variation of PlayStation 5. So it kind of depends on how much you want to factor into the Slim level or not. So apparently, this is all like alleged rumors and kind of like people kind of talking about the leaks, etc. This is not the PlayStation 5 Slim, although just for I think ease in titles and all this, we'll just refer to it as the PlayStation 5 Slim. And this is why they're kind of trying to go and fine tune it to one individual console. But it does seem that there actually is big updates, and it may not be classified as a PlayStation 5 Slim as a title, but maybe just the new, maybe we'll do like a cool marketing of like the redesigned PlayStation 5, because this is technically their iteration of 4. So just in case you guys have not had a chance to see the video itself, first of all, look at this. As you guys can kind of see, it still is a big hunk of meat, but it is slightly different. The two big things that kind of highlight over here that we talked about yesterday, the lime. This, in theory, is now a brand new edition, which also should allow it to be able to go and like swap out the covers and cases and make the entire process easier. But as well, you guys could also see this little baby like hump, or this is more so as well meant to be, I believe, detachable based on leaks and mentions, and also makes it easier then to go and add on the detachable disc drive, and is also pretty much streamlining almost all consoles to a pure digital side. And it's kind of an intriguing thing because we can't see people talk about this stuff. The video's been circulating, and there is a few other little smaller big changes too as well. So they say it appears to be just the outer shell, not the full unit, and has a distinct line running through the middle. The fundamental shape is the same as the original, as you guys can probably see, and many commented that if this was a PS5 Slim, it really didn't look slim, which is why, once again, I think the PS5 Slim might be not fully a, how do I word it, not like a full-on proper console itself that's slimmed down, just maybe the PS5 4. But as well, even Tom Henderson has also been reporting on this news too, believes that this is just the upcoming PlayStation 5 model rather than a pure PlayStation 5 edition. Now, we've touched on this in prior videos, but it does kind of seem like folks that are kind of a little bit more intertwined into this one are also pushing that this is not actually a PlayStation 5 Slim. But which is not bad. It is more slimmed down, and it should in theory be a better, cheaper price point. And as I mentioned, there's a few different changes as well. So one big thing to note is that people are now saying they can confirm this, that the CFI 2016, this should be the model name of this upcoming variation for console. They are saying that we'll have a smaller, number one, power supply unit. And as well, they do say it does not, though, appear to be more power efficient, but it is actually having different internals. So it does seem like the internals now are actually getting leaked on what's going on in the console itself. And these are now apparently just from apparently leaks. The initial leak, in case you guys are curious, did also come from China. So like a Chinese forum actually was the one that leaked this stuff on out, which is why some folks are still skeptical. But it does seem like I myself and other various units too as well are pushing the fact that this is probably going to be real. Like we've seen 3 iterations of consoles so far, and kind of a cool post over from Zuby, kind of show all the console revisions. I want to remind you guys, we have seen multiple revisions so far, namely and specifically as of right this second. The PlayStation, this was the original baseline PlayStation. So this is the very first one if you guys got your console on launch day. Then we also had the PlayStation 5 heatsink reduced, which we've kind of covered in these videos, I'm sure you guys have heard. or for it's pretty much the same exact console internally, but they just made the copper wiring a little bit smaller. Then we also have the PlayStation 5, where they actually had a chance to go and change up some of the 6 nanometers over there, and then the PlayStation 5 5 nanometer CFI 2012. So in theory, this actually more so is maybe the third one, although I kind of keep on saying the fourth iteration because, well, the first one doesn't count. It's just the normal console, so hopefully that makes sense so you guys know. And then it's basically, this is kind of the one where folks are kind of curious on too as well. Because in theory, if we already are on the 5 nanometer node, the PlayStation 5 Slim is going to be pretty much the same hardware. But as I've mentioned, and we kind of keep on seeing that the leaks as of right this second, we're now seeing these different internals when it comes to the actual console itself. It doesn't seem like the GPU is changing. So as of right this second, if you guys see this, or you guys want to get the consoles that are currently on sale right now, which once again, the consoles being on sale is a very big indication that this new variation and integration is coming out. A really good comparison is the Switch, where they have the OG old Switches, and they kind of kept selling those in tandem with the Switch OLEDs or the Minis, as basically they wanted the stock to run out, and at a certain point they went 100% gung-ho on the Switch LED, or Switch OLED. So, and this one's kind of be the same boat. Going to be pushing all these big sales. They want to make a lot of extra money on this type of stuff. And, well, I think that's nice because we had our next variation. So, once again, it does seem like this is all, like, legitimate and true. But as well, they also do have a better power supply. It's weird, though, that it's not apparently more power efficient. And it does seem like just the big major changes is the outside hood where they have, like, the detachable covers, which, as you guys probably know, that's one of the more popular selling figures. They have that for, like, the LeBron James. They have it for Spider-Man. They had it for other various console covers, like the purple, the blue, the black, and all that covers too as well on the PlayStation Direct website. So in theory, they may just want to try to go and sell even more of those to keep on continuing the customization on the outside of consoles instead of selling like custom made ingrained consoles like they've done before. And as well, they've also been apparently wanting to go and slim down the centimeters. So although it's not necessarily classified as a PlayStation 5 Slim, it is technically more slimmed down as well. But not only that, there is apparently either other big things too. So the big reason why they even want to do this is to reduce the manufacturing and shipping costs. Because as you guys know, they have the extra like heat sink and the extra copper wiring does make the console slightly more heavy, which also once again, it's not like the biggest change up, but let's go and say you have an extra pound on every console and you want to sell 40 million consoles so far. That means you've already shipped an extra 40 million pounds, which it may not add up for just one console, but if you're having to go pay for either like express shipping, buying boats, etc., that it does add up a lot of extra money. But as well, even add things like a disk drive. Disk drives can also cost a lot of extra money too as well, because it is just extra weight that may not even be needed, or as well, if you could just slim it down for PlayStation 5 Digital, it's not as bad. But also part 3, don't forget that actual suppliers and actual manufacturing efficiency also changes over time. So a good example for that is that things such as technology and like nanometer, like random internals, I don't know, for lack of better terms, they actually do get cheaper over time as well, because basically the technology gets better and people want to focus on the 4 nanometer or 3 nanometer, or as well there's like less demand or it's slightly outdated or whatever it might go and be. So we look at that, we notice that quite a bit. So I am also seeing that they want to go and save money on their overall shipping. They are also seemingly have a good excuse to maybe go and change up these internals, because some folks are also saying you may actually have a chance to go and change some other internals too as well, which would make sense if they rearrange stuff, or they also maybe change up just the actual, let's say, the PSU that we even mentioned in this video before. And on top of that too as well, it also gives them just maybe a chance to even make extra money. Let's go and say a disk drive costs $20 to make and ship, and then you go and sell a console for $400 for the mainly baseline digital, or maybe you go for a $450 middle ground price point. Then as well, you can also maybe then charge the actual disc for maybe $50. You can also even make extra money on that, which we're going to hope that they don't try to scheme too much to make too much money, but that it is an actual valid option to go look and see. So the fact that they have this detachable drive, which does seem like that's been rumored for a while, and the process they want to make that easy, and as well have a chance to make money on, and on top of that too, a chance to have the detachable outside plastic covers, which also once again makes them extra money, as well as it being less heavy to go and ship and produce, which also once again makes them more extra money. Yeah, that's kind of a big thing to go and know. And on top of that, too, if they are changing up very small things, such as like a power supply, or maybe even change up small things on the motherboard, etc., then also maybe a amount of copper wire inside the consoles, too, for heat sinks and all of that, it does not necessarily have a one-to-one efficiency scale, but it may also make everything maybe cheaper for Sony to produce, or as well may also just be overall more efficient from like a big package picture rather than just an individual side, which is kind of very intriguing to go and see. So once again, we're still kind of waiting for news though on a PS5 Slim. We have these Xbox Core docs talking about it, and this could be round up to it, maybe for the codename for it, but as of right now, this does seem like this is just more so a brand new iteration to as well. So just letting you guys know, it does seem like people are assuming this might be more on the real side, although not 100% confirmed, and as well, it does seem like it would line up as well, because it does seem like it is supposed to be a slightly smaller console and slightly more streamlined console, and as well, maybe we might even have another in the future PS5 Slim or PS5 Pro overall. So we're gonna have to go and see on the end of the day. It's a little bit more of like extra speculation. We're kind of doing our detective books right now. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below. We have the Amazon links. Do not appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Make sure you guys are subscribed for more gaming news.